it easy for all of us right here in the room, just refute my argument now.
No. We'll have the debates once you.
Well, no. Just like you know my argument.
I am 100% certain that I have no sexual deviancy on my criminal record. I am more than willing to show it. I will show it.
That's not the debate.
Live face to face to you, Smokey. Say.
That's not
the debate.
That's not fair, right? That's not fair.
No, it's just that's not the debate. Like, why?
Well, I'll do the debates, but first prove to me that you don't fuck kids.
So the argument is.
Oh my God, listen to this retard.
So this is the thing. So
this is really escalating around here.
Even though I've mentioned it now 3 times, Nox still can't even reiterate what.
Escalating. He's literally been calling me a pedo lover for 9 hours today.
Because you haven't been caught yet abusing your daughter. I
haven't been caught yet. So you claim that you are admitting you have no evidence of your claims.
You know what? At this part,
I only need the evidence that you have, Nock, which is just assumption on an accusation. So that's all I need. That's your standard. That's what you
when you say you're not the person in the Jesse Lee Peterson debate. That's not an assumption on an accusation. That's you straight up lying.
That's how that works.
That's you straight up lying. I showed that debate too.
To reiterate what the debate title is, because Rage now for the 4th time still has not been able to catch it. It truly is a phenomenon of stupidity.
No, I told you I'd have both debates with you as long as we exchange public records.
You can't even state live. Well, see, that's what it is
on camera. I show my face. Start showing yours. You little coward.
Rage can't defend against the argument that's been levied against.
What the fuck do Christians have to be afraid of hiding their face unless they're hiding something?
He has no refutation.
I'm not even afraid to die. I'll fucking die for what I believe in. I will. Sure. I give a shit.
Well, not Smokey. He won't even show his face.
Let me finish.
Why would you want to? Why is that relevant?
Already been done. In fact, we played the clip again last night. Already been done. Been handled. Been done.
It was 6 seconds of you trying to hide your face.
Well, what do you need? How long do you need exactly?
It was exactly this long. So you said, and if you believe that, and then you cut your camera on, you'll believe anything, and you cut your camera off.
No, that's not what I said.
That's exactly what happened.
I said you will believe whatever you want to believe.
Oh yeah, well, it's the same thing.
So he doesn't even
5 seconds instead of 4.
He doesn't even remember the quote, and apparently
5 seconds instead of 4.
Well, how many seconds does it need to be?
I'm saying, right now, turn your camera on right now. We'll exchange a conversation for 5.
Well, I don't have a camera on my computer.
I don't have a camera on my every fucking. What the? I mean, come on, dude.
I don't have a webcam attached to my computer. I've never had a need for it.
Why is it? Why is Smokey not showing his face any relevance?
So does it need to be like what 6 seconds?
Because we know that he showed his face before.
What is not long enough or too long or like what is the standard of requirement of showing face? I
just said, have a conversation for 5 minutes with me right now.
No, pass. You're not relevant enough.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have to.
You see what I have here, Rage.
He doesn't have to. I'm not the one. He's accusing me of fucking kids, but I'm not the one accused of fucking kids.
I'm accusing you of abusing your daughter in private because of an accusation, and accusations equal guilt according to you. So that's number 1.
Oh,
Number two, you still
so you were lying. You were lying.
Still cannot reiterate what the actual debate.
See, I don't lie. I just talk about what I know.
So let me reiterate again for the audience in case it was lost in translation earlier today. So the argument is that by 3 different chains of argument and evidence, Nock is a supporter and promoter of pedophilia. Okay. Now that is by his own moral standings, his own claim of moral center line of where he gets his moral standard. The fact that he doesn't have an ability to refute any of the other cultural claims to promote it. And he supports and votes in policies that propagate, support, and intensify the amount of child sex slavery in the nation. So this is the argument. I've already given it to him. I've basically already given him the final points. Now, he's now had the argument for 3 days. He's now had the argument for me of him being a pedo supporter for 3 days. And I've given a multi-change, multifaceted series of arguments to show that he supports the abuse of children. So, Nock, do you have a refutation to any of my chains of argument or evidence or any of my syllogisms that you do not support the abuse of children.
Can you show me one time where I ever said I did?
Again,
seriously, can you show me
again, an argument has been.
In fact, I told you repeatedly that I don't.
Why are you shifting the burden of proof?
In the stream that you covered for 9 hours today, I literally told you I stand for adult consensual sexual relationships several times.
Well, then you shouldn't have affection raped your daughter in that photo, I guess. Then
say that again. I missed it. I
said you shouldn't have affection raped your daughter in that photo, then, because
so pecking my daughter on the lips is affection.
Well, she didn't. Did she have any? Did she have an ability to? Well, your tongue
it's a peck on the lips.
Your mouth was open.
No, it wasn't. It was a peck on the lips.
Your recessed cheeks, like your mouth is like open.
It was literally just a peck on the lips.
Kiss that have their mouths.
I can kiss my little daughter.
Of course you can. Smokey. But was that consensual?
Yes.
So she can consent.
Huh? Like you're talking about my child, Smokey. You're talking about my child.
Did she?
You're
consent?
Literally talking about my child.
Is she capable of consent?
And Will Kincaid wants an apology because I made a joke.
So again, I'll reiterate one more time because
I know you're talking about my kid. You're talking about a peck on the lips that a father gives his daughter.
Is she
every father? I mean, I literally said a father kissing his daughter. I googled it. I brought up pictures of hundreds of different fathers kissing their daughters. It is a natural act of life that fathers kiss their daughters, Smokey. I'm sorry you never had a child. I'm sorry you never fulfilled what God wanted you to do because you're an incel. I'm sorry about that.
That thing where trust me, Rage, I've had 10 times more play.
Oh, you've had so much pussy. So much
trust
pussy.
Me, I have.
Talking the way you do.
Yeah, I have.
You've
had
so much pussy.
Stories. I could tell you guys stories. But anyway, that's off the topic. Again. So the whole point is that a child is incapable of consent to affection, which means that Rage raped his daughter with affection because she's not capable of consent in a relationship. Now, that's a separate argument altogether, but I would like to draw back again to the primary arguments that Rage supports policies that propagate.
So you have arguments, you don't have proof.
And that he actually.
So you're going to level accusations without any proof.
No, I'm literally giving the evidence right now as we're speaking. My audience is getting it. I don't know why you.
See, we actually have proof against you.
Really? Show it.
Yes. Well, we have your Smokey Lee Peterson debate that you deny having. The fact that you changed your age several times.
The funny several times. Then what's my right age? You don't actually know, do you?
You said you was like a year younger than me, like the first time we talked.
So you have no clue. You have no actual clue.
You would be about 43.
Okay, so no, actually, I'm 44 now because I had a birthday last October.
So you're as old as I am now.
So 44. So actually, you got that wrong already. So you don't even have your dates right.
Well, yeah, no, I think you told me you was 39.
You're claiming to have.
I think I was like the first time we talked, I was like 42, maybe 42.
Well, whatever any of those ages are still not the age of the person you're claiming to be. That's number one. Number two is that the person in the JLP debate can't possibly be the same person in the charges you're claiming because, well, they don't.
Wait a minute, I thought it was. I thought that's the reason why you say that's not you is because that is the
same
person.
No, I say it's not me because it's actually just not me. But the funny thing
but you claimed it was you. You claimed it was you several times.
All of you degenerates are so stupid.
You told Nicholas Whitmire for months it was you.
In such a rush. No, that's not what happened. Nicholas is also lying.
I forgot. Nicholas fabricated all those emails you sent him.
Well, there's a lot of emails, and some of them very well could be fabricated. By the way, Nicholas has been known to do that, so that shouldn't even be a surprise.
Really?
Yeah, go ask Otangelo if you don't believe me.
I should ask Otangelo.
Well, or any of the other people.
I thought you hated Otangelo.
Well, I do. It doesn't mean that he wouldn't have some information on Nicholas being a fabricating.
Like the Otangelo that just did what they did to Arden a couple months ago.
Go ask him if he's familiar with Nicholas fabricating receipts. Go ahead. Go ahead and ask Otangelo.
Yeah. I'm like seriously, Otangelo is a reputable
okay. Well, then
person
don't. I don't care if you're not going to double check or verify anything. I can't help you. So anyway, so Nicholas is known for that.
So the emails are fabricated.
Second of all, well, they might be. I don't know. I haven't actually looked at what he pulled up, so I don't.
You don't remember your own fucking emails?
Dude, there was like thousands, maybe, well, not thousands. There was hundreds of emails with Nicholas over the year. Like, I don't know which one he thinks he's even pulling up.
This was the very specific time when these allegations came out against you. Very specific timing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to go back and look at that. I haven't looked at what he actually pulled up because, again, Nicholas,
you did a whole stream flipping out about him doing it. What the hell are you talking about?
No, I didn't. Which stream would that be?
The one I reviewed, yesterday, I think. Today was me, so yesterday was Nicholas, right?
No, I did a stream where I talked about where I went in and confronted Nicholas directly. That was on Dave's stream, but I didn't do anything else with.
So you had no idea about Nicholas' stream where he showed all those emails?
Debate. Well, so what?
If you have no idea about that stream where he showed all those emails, then why are you saying that they are fabricated?
He's been showing various emails for a while.
You were saying it yesterday that they were fabricated. I showed that on my stream.
I don't know that they are. Again, I haven't looked at them. I don't know what he said.
So you haven't looked at him, but you was talking about him yesterday. You were talking about him today, but you haven't looked at him.
I said I have no.
Will Kincaid said that he was on the phone with you while you guys were having the email exchange. And then you were like, well, I don't know. They might be fabricated. And Will was like, oh, my God, I just said that, I was on the phone.
No, Will went and, well, you're not listening, Rage.
You are such a fucking liar, dude.
Well, I don't know why you're not actually. What happens is
dude, you know about the fucking email stream. Just like, come on.
So what I do is I start to respond, and then
you're such a liar.
Like he's doing right now, and won't let me finish to point out how stupid.
Go ahead, Smokey. You're such a liar. Go ahead.
So there were some emails that we and Kincaid were cracking up together going against Nicholas. I don't know if that's even what the emails that he pulled up. That's just what Kincaid was stating. Kincaid's the one that went looked. I didn't look. So I haven't gone and checked it out. Will Kincaid did and said, oh, he thinks he recognizes maybe some emails that were cooked up on the phone while we were trolling Nick for his bullshit.
I believe you.
That's possible. But again,
I believe everything you're saying.
Well, you can believe it or not. I don't care. You're an idiot. I mean, I don't really care what you believe. You believe stupid shit all the time that you can't.
I probably do. I'm fucking here talking to you guys, so I'm pretty fucking stupid.
Well, Rage, it wouldn't.
Not our fault that you're a dumbass, anyhow.
Yeah, probably not.
So again, the whole point of this too, just so it's not lost on everyone, Rage has been pointed out by chain of argumentation that he supports pedophilia, and his only response is to accuse me of pedophilia through assumption. And in fact, even if he was right and it actually was me on the JLP, then I can't possibly be the other guy they're claiming me to be, because it's from within the same year time span, and those people don't even look alike, even though they both should be quote unquote fat Smokey, but they don't even look alike. So this desperate little train of threads that they're trying to put together, they're not even paying attention that they're embarrassing themselves, that all of these various people that they've conspiracy theoried are me, and putting them all together, and it doesn't match. So he's just making a dumbass out of himself, and he's too stupid to catch himself in time. Nok, this has been great for me. My channel's doing awesome. It's brought a bunch of attention, and it showed you the disgusting character of atheists. How you guys have no actual morals or standards, and when we point out how disgusting and vile you are, how you actually support the evil things you claim.
So Smokey, remember
the only thing you could do is engage in an
I've let you talk. Do I get a chance? I've let you talk. Do I get a chance? So remember when you was picking on me for being overweight, and I was like, I'm not obese, and I will grant, I will grant to you at the time. You was right. I am obese. I've actually lost about 25 pounds. I'm like borderline now. I don't
care. You're probably going to drop dead within the next 5
months. But remember when I said that, when we were having that argument, and you told me about how you lost all that weight. Remember?
Yeah, but again, this is within that.
Right. No. So the mugshot, the accusations are from 2017. The Jesse Lee Peterson debate was 2018. The mugshot, the dude is thinner. The Jesse Lee Peterson debate, the person is a little thicker, just a little, but they look exactly the same. I showed it today. I showed it today.
They really don't.
And then you lost weight again because in the picture that we saw from your channel, you look like a fucking crackhead.
I am amazed that you
look like a crackhead.
You are so desperate to claim that those people actually look alike. Like you are actually retarded.
No, like
you are actually full blown. So
they looked alike, and I figured like the whole reason you were claiming that you weren't the person in the Jesse Lee Peterson's stream is simply because that person was this person we're talking about.
No,
so if that person wasn't this person we're talking about, why did you lead me on the breadcrumbs to that debate? Why did you lie to Nicholas for 2 months just to test it out, Because if Nicholas believed it, then I would. That was in the emails, Smokey.
You stupid retard.
That was in the emails.
You're the one that connected those two people. No one else did.
No, I'm not. What are you
Yes,
talking about?
you are. You're the only one. You retards are the only one trying to connect those two people.
No, you just said I was the only one. I never connected the two people. I did a stream. I did a stream about this Jesse Lee Peterson debate, and then I did a stream about your accusations. Yeah, those were different.
And you can't connect those two people. So
I don't care about that. I care about your lie about being in the Jesse Lee Peterson debate.
Again,
you lied about it because that was you.
Well, then if it was me, then I can't be pedo Smokey. So take your pick.
I don't see how that's possible. You want to make that possible?
They don't even look the same.
They look they look exactly the same.
Okay, wow. All right. Well,
I pulled up the pictures.
You're retarded. I don't know what to tell you.
You know, the thing that Will brings up, there's like 2 or 3 pictures on there that's not the guy at all.
Like I said, guys, in that very clip, and I knew it would always come back to this, you will believe whatever you want to believe. And that's really all it comes down to.
I've always said that I believe you're the dude that fucked the kid.
Rage can't defend that he supports pedophilia.
That's why I'm offering you the chance to clear it up. You can clear it up by turning on your camera. You can clear it up by exchanging criminal records with myself.
You can do
that. You can do that.
He's asking.
You can bring your family member on because it's like your identical twin, right? Because
he's so fucking retarded.
That's what you told Nicholas.
He's so fucking retarded. He actually thinks that he's just going to come in here and demand to do the same thing that's already done. As if
I just came in because people said I wouldn't.
He admits
Nikki was calling me a pussy.
See what it is he admits that me doing my face
I ain't no pussy.
Look like you are a pussy. You're
I'm here. I'm here, right? Like, am I like the?
Stop talking. Stop talking.
Like, I'm seriously the only.
You can stop talking for a minute. I'm going to put him in the back because he can stop talking. He can stop trying to overtalk and hide his embarrassment. You stupid bitch rat faggot. You've been exposed as supporting pedo propaganda, supporting pedo policies, supporting the abuse and exploitation of children. And all you can do is engage in a fallacy to deflect from that. You disgusting, worthless piece of subhuman shit. You are absolute garbage, Rage. You are absolute garbage. And you're not going to come in here and just over-talk me from embarrassing your stupid, retarded, faggot bitch ass.
I forgot you don't like free speech.
You know who the fascist is?
Go
Someone
ahead.
who tries to overspeak people and keep them from talking.
Oh, I thought the fascist was the person that just took your free speech away.
No. Yeah, that's what you just do. Well, that's what you just did. I'll tell you what, if that's a definition you want to use, then that's what you just did. You attempted to silence me by over talking me, exposing you for the
Ryan the Presbyterian is really rich, Smokey. I'm sorry, I don't mean to overtalk you. I am overtalking you, and I do apologize. That I should allow you to speak. But Ryan the Presbyterian is
being
rich.
A fascist fuck.
Like, Ryan is super rich because Ryan's the one that was begging me to come on my channel so he could slander you on my channel specifically. Like, Ryan's the one that came at me and verified the things that I was seeing. Ryan is rich.
Ryan is saying that that's bullshit.
Ryan is a bitch.
You're an idiot for following things and being too stupid to actually figure out the truth. No wonder.
I said this on my stream. Maybe Ryan isn't aware of it. I still have every communication. I have the like fucking little voice messages he left me. I have everything.
Stop over talking him.
Maybe.
So the one person he's leveraging on has basically come forward and admitted it's bullshit. And the only person still trying to make something out of this is retards who don't have anything else. You can't refute my arguments exposing you. You can't.
I don't have to refute your arguments. I'm asking you for that. I'm not asking you for evidence, Smokey, or for arguments, Smokey. I'm asking you for evidence of the charges that you're lying against me. You said that I molested my child. Yes. Please provide evidence of that not arguments.
I just did. I used your own standard.
There's not photo evidence. There's photo evidence of me pecking my child on the lips that I put on my own Facebook page. Fuck you, Blaze. You don't even know me. Fuck you.
Here's evidence. And
I mean, you're sitting here protecting this pedophile calling me one.
Go fuck yourself. That evidence comes an accusation, and the accusation is that Rage rapes his daughter. Now, as we just demonstrated, and
you know why they're not showing that?
Children are.
You know why they're not showing that picture? So he can say this right now. Does my mouth look open? Does my mouth look? I'm giving her tongue right there. No, it does not.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, that's a big open mouth right there on the side.
That's a little peck on the fucking lips, dude.
Well, you would have had to freeze it long enough. It would have been more than a peck because you would have had to hold it.
Oh, so now you're insinuating what happened after the still shot, right?
Well, I'm saying that in order to pose for a still shot, you kind of have to.
I mean, you have to be pretty much a sick fuck to get that out of that.
You kind of just
you
had to
probably have to be somebody that's raped a fucking child in the past.
Disgusting, disease-ridden face just slammed up against hers for the better part of at least probably 5.
I must prove I don't kiss my daughter without her consent. Like you Christians are cray cray, right?
Well, no, I'm just again, Rage. You may not be smart enough to follow.
Am I expecting now? Smokey's not going to dox himself, but I'm just going to bring my kid on the stream to tell you, no, my dad, I love my dad. That's what I got to do.
He doesn't understand it, Dr. Falk. I'm trying really hard.
I mean, Dr. Falk is a douchebag.
To walk
fuck Dr. Falk too.
Well, can you support that claim?
I mean, he's kind of a douchebag. Yeah, that's my opinion. Do I have to support my opinion?
Oh, your opinion's worthless. See, I have.
So I
See, I have my opinion anyway. Where I've actually taken.
That's my opinion anyway, though.
He's kind of a douchebag. Your own standard and used your own standard to prove that you rape your child. So that's a rough thing.
Oh, so I find it funny. Like Dr. Falk is like totally cool with you just accusing me of raping your child.
By your own standard.
Christians are so silly.
Well,
you're so silly. Rage? The things that you guys defend just prove how monstrous your God is.
Do you want to retract
all of this? All of this right now just proves the monster of the God that makes you this way.
We can fix it as soon as you retract your standard of evidence against me. It will no longer apply to you. So you can just pull back your hypocrisy, and then you won't have to worry about being accused of a pederast rapist.
Maybe.
Well, do you want to retract or do you want to keep going?
I'm willing to compare and contrast our criminal records right now, Smokey Saint. Why aren't you?
I just use your standard, and
why aren't you, Smokey? Why aren't you? Like I have nothing to hide.
So once I use your standard, we realize that you're abusing your child.
My camera's on right now. I will show my face to you.
Balls. Yeah. So again,
I will show my face to you, Smokey.
So to show you guys, this is distracting from the argument.
Why won't you? Are
this
you
has
scared?
Nothing to do with the argument that I presented.
You're afraid, aren't you? You're a little coward.
I already showed my face.
I'll talk to you. Let's have a conversation.
It's just he wants it to be, I guess 10 seconds or a minute.
Show us you don't fuck children.
And then later it'll be like, show me your driver's license and dox
just
yourself and prove to me it's not me. He said, actually, you know what's really funny? Rage
prove to us you don't fuck little kids.
Before I did, let me show this to you guys. At one point, Rage was
saying, are you going to do it?
Just show. Okay, so now he's not going to let me talk.
Are you going to do it?
Are you just not going to let me talk?
Probably not, because you're a fucking dude.
Okay, well, you can sit in the back then. So let me remind you guys what happened with Rage the first time. Rage pulled this trick last time, and he's like, just show your face, Smokey. Just show your face. And so I showed my face, and now he's coming back again. Just show your face, Smokey. Do you see? And all of this, he's asking me to do something I've already done. And so that he can try to continue to dodge the argument that is at hand, that by his own standard, he's a rapist of his child, number one, and that he doesn't have an argument to refute the fact that he supports pedophilia. This is all distracting from the fact that he has no refutation, no argument against him being a disgusting scumbag. Oh my God, Kincaid, don't do that. Don't ask me to check Discord while I'm freaking doing. Oh God. Okay, what? It better be good. It better be so damn good, Kincaid. You're telling me to check my goddamn Discord during a show. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay. All right. There. All right. Well, sure. Okay, fine. Will Kincaid put something together here. I'll open this up. Here you guys go. This is what Rage is making a fuss of. Take a look at this. Kincaid put it together for you. Here. Hold on. All right, you dirty rat roach faggot. You want to talk about proof, Rage. You want to talk about evidence. Okay. You really think these three people look the same? You got to take your pick. Well, you guys do. You keep pulling this guy. And you keep comparing this guy to this guy, and they can't be the same people. They're basically the same weight. They don't even look the same. They don't even have the same facial structure. And you guys keep going on about this, and then you have me here doing the face reveal that Nock keeps challenging me to do, which has already been done. But he needs, he needs more than the time that was allotted for doing it. He pulled this last time. He said, show your face. I showed my face. He lost the argument. Bunch of people like, oh yeah, that's definitely not Smokey. And then he just kept doubling down, and he only doubled down recently because he got exposed as a degenerate scumbag that supports the abuse of children, both in policies and practice. And so the only thing he can do is try to distract from this argument, showing that he's a disgusting monster who promotes disgusting things while claiming to white knight opposite. And this is what the big fuss is about. These two people don't even look alike. You guys got to pick which threads of evidence you want to claim to follow. There's a bunch of stuff that was put out there. Oh boy, here we go. Look at this. Face recognition.
Oh my gosh. Is this guy willfully being a retard now? Is he doing this on purpose? I think this is just an act now. You know what? Remember when I said I would fight him?
Retarded of the highest order.
Remember when I said I would fight him? I wouldn't.
And by the way, all of this is just a distraction. Rage cannot defend the fact that he's a disgusting, immoral monster. This is all a distraction from the argument that has exposed him that he can't refute. All of this noise, all of this assumption, all of this bullshit, because freaking
that's like James Ulrich. It's like James Hetfield looks like the Cowardly Lion. Come on.
I'll tell you what. I dare Rage right now to tell me what program he used. Was the program called Thicky?
No, what he did, he used one of those programs off of Facebook that tells you what star you look
called
like.
Thicky. And you know the funny thing is here's me. I don't even look like either of these two people. This is what all the stupid goddamn fuss is about. What a retard. Vladimir Lenin.
Vladimir Lenin.
It's freaking amazing.
And I guarantee it. If you don't put him in the back, I promise you he'll interrupt me. I guarantee.
Go ahead, put me in the back, and then bring me back when he's done.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Appreciate it. So the idea of the principle, the one foundational moral leg that the atheists have to lean on to separate the difference between homosexuality and pedophilia is the concept of the morality of consent. Now, the concept of the morality of consent is a cultural construct and not one that they can even claim as an objective moral because it's not appearing anywhere inside the natural world or the animal kingdom. Rape is very common. So consent is just something that they can structure of minutia as a leg to stand on to say, well, this is why.
No, because it's rules for me and not for
there's
thee.
no agency consent in that. And the only reason they get that is from experts in the field that they rely on that say that children are incapable of consent or there needs to be consent laws. And that comes from these cultural institutions, not objectively moral ones. So if we kick that leg out from their moral argument about the idea of consent being the foothold of the moral difference between the two fronts, whether it be pedophilia or homosexuality, then they have no leg to stand on to say that pedophilia is wrong anymore. And here what you have sociological, psychological secularists who are experts in the field that are denying any value to the consent laws, or that the consent laws really should be considered null, or that a child doesn't have the right to actually consent to autonomous use of their body in sexual pursuits. So they're actually kicking out the leg of the atheist argument of claiming that, well, consent is the issue. Well, once you remove that, and these experts in the field of psychology are doing exactly that, kicking out that leg of the argument, the atheists, if they support homosexuality, no longer has an argument against pedophilia, because now it is a consensual action between two parties capable of giving consent. And this is what
there you go. There you go.
The modern secular field of atheism. And Rage fully supports that entire field and its contents therein, whereby Rage is actually directly supporting and rooting for pedophilia. So he can call me whatever he wants. But at the end of the day, because of the social positions that he's leveraging and taking, he's losing the ability for his moral outrage against pedophilia. And the very metric that he's appealing to is starting to justify it. So where is he going to go to leverage his supposed moral standard in this situation when the experts and the center line that he's appealing to are telling him that it's okay? So that's the issue. If he supports homosexuality, and of course the fields of study that support that as a healthy sexual practice, which now are also turning to support this, where is he going to go? He can't. He's going to have to hold the line and basically end up becoming, as he's trying to deflect now, a supporter of pedophilia.
There it is.
Now I'm done, and you can bring him back in to respond.
Yes, Rage, and since you probably didn't understand most of the words that I used because you have a fifth grader's dialectic, allow me to summarize in short order for you. You're a disgusting piece of shit because you actually help promote and propagate pedophilia, and you actually support the people that abuse and exploit children. So if you missed it, that's as simple as I can boil it down for you. I hope your tiny, inferior toddler intellect was able to wrap its way around that one. So I'll wait for you to continue to dodge accountability of that argument.
Field of study who are saying children are perfectly capable of sexual consent.
If they are saying that, then they're not of me or anything about me.
Justify that. Okay, justify that then. What makes them
because I believe in adult consensual relationships.
Okay, well, they believe that child relationships are consensual.
Well, I don't.
Atheists and secularists. Well, that doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, a lot of theists and Christians believe that same shit too, Smokey. So what's your point?
Aren't you? Don't run, bitch. Answer the question. What justifications do you have to say they're wrong?
What?
You don't have any. There you go, you dumb fag. You finally.
There you go. And there it is. What justification do you have to say that these scholars from your secularist camp, who are 10 times more educated, 10 times more knowledgeable than you, what is the argument they're wrong? What moral leg do you think you're going to stand on? You don't have one? We'll see. You're a disgusting, immoral monster that supports the abuse and exploitation of children on a massive macro scale. This is why you would never want atheism to be normative. This is why the Raging Atheist is one of the better highlights of why you would never want to allow this to be a normal thing in society. Look how disgusting and immoral and cancerous he actually is. Mm-hmm. He can't even tell you why or how he doesn't like pedophilia. Can't even tell you. Can't even give you an argument as to why it's even immoral. Can't do it. Mm-hmm. And do you know why? Because if he's consistent ever, which he never is, but if he was, he'd have to admit that he actually has no problem with it at all. He has no justification to have any problem with it. He supports the sexual autonomy of the agent. He supports the gender autonomy of the child, choosing that they can be a different gender, making a radical life decision like that early on in their age. He believes that they have the capacity of consent for that. So where is his justification that they don't have the capacity of autonomy in their sexual decisions at an early age when he validates the autonomy of literally everything else? What's the argument? He doesn't have one, which makes Rage a closeted pedo supporter. He's ashamed of being a pedo supporter. He's ashamed of promoting pedophiles, but he just doesn't want people to know how disgusting he is. So much like his racism and anti-Semitism, he tries to hide it until it can't be hidden anymore. So Rage is more disgusting than anyone on this platform, because for all of his posturing and claiming to white knight for good causes, at the end of the day, he absolutely loves, supports, and propagates the abuse of children on a massive scale. So he has no justification. And he has no ability to ever look at anyone who's committing harm against children like that with sexual abuse and say that's wrong. Has no footing. All he can say is, well, I believe. Well, I believe it's wrong. Well, I believe. Who cares what you believe? You don't care what anyone else believes. You don't care what the Christians believe. You don't care what anyone else that isn't an atheist believes. You don't even care what most other atheists believe. Otherwise, you'd shut your channel down and stop embarrassing them. You don't care what anyone believes. So why are we supposed to care what you believe? Why should they care what you believe? Why should the rest of society and culture care what you believe? Especially when the experts are saying you're an idiot. Your own experts from your own secular fields are refuting you. What's your argument that they're wrong? What is it? Give it. Put it up. You can't. You know why you can't? Because you're a disgusting moral monster that supports the abuse of children, both in your actual policy decisions, what you vote for, and actually in terms of this, that you have no argument to refute against the abuse of children. Disgusting. You're an absolute disgusting human being, Noka. And you know what? You do absolutely deserve to rot in hell for eternity. You really do. I mean, I don't buy into this whole you're too retarded to be accountable. You really are a disgusting human being of the highest order. And you do deserve exactly what you're going to get. And when you get it, don't think that you haven't earned it, because you absolutely have. Go ahead, Boki. You want to say something?
Oh, yeah. You know what, Smokey? I would never, I mean, to give some charity at least, I would never argue that no atheist has a moral compass. I will give them to that. I'll give them that. But again, as you said before, it's just pure shifting sands. Sometimes their compass is consistent, but when they don't like something, they become inconsistent. And I always thought that, I think the cumulative case of God, in which the moral argument seems to needs a redefining, or it has to be remade, and I believe that. But at this point, I could actually use the classical definition of that. I mean, the actual modus ponens of that.
Landed on my point. This is why you
Rage. Sure. Why don't you, real quick, Rage? Why don't you come in the room and stop being a coward little bitch, you worthless little faggot? You said you wanted to come in and challenge me last night. Then you ran with your tail tucked between your legs because you know you can't contend with me. Well, I'll tell you what. If your only answer is continually to avoid the argument that you're a massive pedophile supporter, all you're doing is deflecting. I've laid an argument at your feet that your moral structure and stance, it reveals you and exposes you as a disgusting moral monster that supports the abuse and exploitation of children. Now, you can call me whatever you want. That's called an ad hom fallacy, when you attack the person who is providing the argument by avoiding the argument. It's literally an actual fallacy, you stupid, retarded dumblet. So how about you actually address my argument and stop deflecting and dodging as to how you're a disgusting, amoral, cretin, trailer trash piece of crap who actually supports and propagates and promotes the sexual abuse and exploitation of children and can't even answer a simple question as to why it's even wrong. You disgusting, vile piece of cancerous social garbage. You can try to deflect and fallacy your way out of this all you want, but guess what? The people on my channel aren't dumb. And we all now very much see you for what you are, Rage. So deflect, distract, whine, moan. We'll just enjoy the entertainment while you show that you can't actually answer the question how you're a proud pedo supporter. Yeah. Enjoy spurging, faggot.
Right. Support child rape, you disgusting piece of fucking
don't support child rape.
You literally do.
No, you're the one that kind of like raped a kid, not me.
Stupid to follow.
You see, this is where I say that the classical form of the moral argument actually applies to knock. Like, I think it needs some work, but the classical one, the one that we normally use, yeah, this applies on knock. Because of his godless moral compass, this very much applies to him. I mean, now you could call me a bigot for using that classical form of the moral argument.
Knock is all confused that we might have like some form of like moral indignation for someone we uncover as an active pedophile supporter. He's so confused that we're bothered by him being a pedo supporter. He's like, what's the big deal? A little triggered, aren't you? Aren't you just a little triggered by finding out that I actually support the rape and abuse of children? A little triggered over that, aren't you, Smokey?
Oh man, I love Iron Charioteer. Look, we'll highlight that stupid little comment right there so that I can advertise this bit of stupid.
Oh, there's Sparkle. Hi, Sparkle.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
I'll give this to you because this argument, the same argument I would use at Knock, is actually the same argument that applies to Iron Charioteer, who has basically supported the leftist border policies. Because of their ignorance and because of their disgusting amoral character, Iron Charioteer and Knock collectively are pedophile supporters because the sex trafficking from the border and the abuse and exploitation of children has intensified many times over since Biden has taken over the presidency and pulled back the child separation policies that Trump had in effect to verify whether the children actually belonged to the people that were breaking the law and trying to cross illegally, or if they were just trafficking the children for sexual exploitation. So they pulled back those policies and supported the pullback of those policies, which allowed child sex trafficking in America to be worse now than it ever has before, and actually empowered and strengthened the cartels to continue to do it better with very little mitigating efforts from actual border patrol these days. So Iron Charioteer, as well as the Raging Atheists, are proactive, big mainstream policy supporters and promoters of child sex trafficking, abuse, and exploitation. So I don't really care where they morally posture about people they think of or assume on the internet or whatever, things like that. They're disgusting scumbags that present and employ policies and decisions and practices and morality that ultimately promotes and protects the mass exploitation and abuse of children all across the country. So I don't want to hear one single word of any of these people claiming to actually have a problem with child abuse when they're one of the biggest mainstream supporters of it. And don't let them forget it either. They should feel as ashamed as they are. Don't worry about any time an atheist is pointing at Kent Hovind or anyone specific or anecdotal. Focus on the idea that at a macro level, they're giant supporters of child exploitation and abuse. Don't let them get away with it. Make them shame for it. Remind them that they support the abuse of children. Don't let them get away with it like what Rage is trying to do here. Slither away from accountability that he's a disgusting, amoral, subhuman, scum-sucking piece of social, cultural, cancerous trash. Don't let them hide from this. Don't let them slink away. Don't let them dodge and avoid. Make them answer for the disgusting, foul, reprehensible, immoral monsters that they are. That's my encouragement to everyone, especially with this video.